Hey dudes, John here, and welcome back to another Minecraft mod review. Today we're going to be going over the top 10 must-have mods for 1.16.4. I know we got 1.7 right around the corner, but there aren't really any mods yet for it. So I'm going to go over the mods that I absolutely love for the current release of Minecraft. It's just, you can tell here I've already got something kind of growing around me. It's kind of weird. This is not standard generation. I'll explain that one in just a second. But let's get started. So first and foremost, you're going to notice if I hit E, if I go into my inventory, you're going to notice right here on the right-hand side, all the things that can be crafted in the game of Minecraft. Now, the beautiful part about this menu, it's called JEI, Just Enough Items. There's a few versions of this, but this is the one that I use. And I'm going to put a link in the description to all the mods that I used in this video. The beautiful part about JEI is that even if you have other mods in here, it will still give you the recipes to those items to watch. If we get further down the line where these items are not standard, like this stuff here, this willow door is not standard in Minecraft, or this jacaranda door, it'll still give you the recipe on how to make that particular item, which is really cool. Like the look up here, we got chisels. Chisels. Chisel's really easy to make. You want an anvil, and you're going to get an enchanted chisel. Different things like chisel bits here. But there are a lot of other things you can make, including like soul jars and stuff like that, as far as all the different recipes in the game currently. So let's go ahead and share with you guys some of the other mods. That is my number one mod I add to everything. The beautiful part about that mod is even if you jump onto a non-modded server, if you go onto a vanilla server and you run Forge and you run just that mod, because that mod is client side, meaning it runs only on your machine, no one else can really see that, then you could easily run that on a vanilla server. And that way you can see the recipes on that vanilla server. This is something we don't see every day. We got an abandoned village. Definitely not something you get all the time. They're very rare spawns here. Anyway, so now back to our mod choices. Another one that I use regularly on most versions of Minecraft. Now, they stopped updating it at 1.15, which is unfortunate. I'm really hoping they make an update for 1.16. It's called Journey Maps. If I hit M right now, this gives me a map, right? This gives me a map of the area. This is called Zara's map. And it's okay. It's not great. It's not the best map in the world, but I mean, it does the trick. I know where I'm going. I know where I'm at, and it does help out. It's just not the best map. I don't particularly care for this one the most, but it is a map. I've always said a map is a good idea, especially in Minecraft worlds where the worlds are so expansive. They go so freaking far that it just makes a whole lot of sense to have some kind of map other than just a stinking paper map, which you have to use every like couple chunks. It kind of suck. Anyway, another one that you guys can see around us is this world generation. This is from a mod called it's called Biomes O Plenty, and you do end up getting a lot of different things because of this mod. A lot of different amazing things that pop into the game that you can get that are just really freaking cool, like different colored woods from the different kinds, like this Umbran stairs, this stripped magic log. These are just really cool materials that you get from these magic saplings and a bunch of other different trees in the world, as well as different kinds of flowers. You get really amazing, like this hellbark is just really freaking cool looking. I wish something like this was in the vanilla version of Minecraft. They're pretty squatty trees, but the bark itself looks really freaking amazing. Just one of those things that I wish I had to build with. Black, like smoked wood almost. It looks really freaking cool. And I could spend all day showing you guys all the different materials that you can get from Biomes O Plenty all by itself. It's just a really freaking cool mod. Now, most of the mods I have in here are decorative mods to make the world a more interesting place to see. Another mod that you can't see in my inventory here is this one here. It's called OptiFine. And what it does is, here, let me sit down. What it does is if I go into my settings, I go to options, I go to video, it gives me a lot more options as to what I could adjust. If I go into other, I can show my FPS. The basic stuff here is one thing, but then I can go into details and I can turn the sky off, the different textures of the sky, the sun, the moon. I can turn those off. I can turn fog off. Trees will be default. All these things, I can turn these things on and off to make my game more playable. And then the other option that you have is, if I go into video settings, is shaders. It gives me the option to turn a shader on. You don't have to run a shader. I can leave it just in vanilla. I just think that it looks really good with shaders. If your computer is capable of handling said shader, then you use it. Otherwise, you leave it alone, because shaders can be really, really taxing on a lot of machines. The video card has to be up to par, and the computer itself has to be up to par in order to handle them without lagging out. Like you can tell, I can whip around like this and it doesn't really do much of any lagging, and I don't lose any frames. I get dropped down to, what is it? What's the least frames I'm dropping down to spinning around here? Is it 43? I think it dropped to 30 for a second while it was rendering. That made me dizzy though. 37. Yeah, I think while things are rendering, if I go flying around really fast, I think it will drop off. There it goes, 24. But for the most part, it's really, really stable on this machine and this video card. Another one is Waypoints. Waypoints is another one of those things that's kind of strange, but it's really freaking helpful. So if I place a waypoint here, let's place one down here, right there, right? And we're gonna give it a name. We're gonna call it Village, Village 1, right? And we're gonna say done. And we're gonna right click it with nothing in our hands. There we go, we've claimed Village 1. Now I can zoom off to another end of the world. I'm gonna take off and go really far this way.
5 minutes later.
All right, so we found ourselves another village, and we're gonna call this one Village 2. We're gonna place that there and say, and done. Empty spawn our hands and click it. Now if I click it again, it's gonna ask me where I wanna go. The only downfall is it's gonna cost me XP. So usually between 1 and 3 XP. I'm gonna say 1, and there it goes. That automatically brings me back to 1. That's pretty cool. Now I can fast travel basically around the map. I can go back here and it takes me right back over here. I absolutely love that. I think it's one of those things that makes life a little bit easier in this game, especially when the maps are so widespread that sometimes it takes a really long time to travel far distances. And it just makes life a little easier. And waypoints, so those are fantastic. And this is a waystone, a warp stone. It does the same thing. If I hold it, it charges and it goes boom. Now I can select which village I want to go to, and it's going to take me to that village. That's pretty cool. Another one is really, really simple. It is iron chests. These are all the different chests that you can get in this mod pack. In this mod, it's got an iron chest, a gold chest, a diamond chest, a copper chest, a silver chest, a crystal chest, an obsidian chest, and yeah, you guessed it, a dirt chest. Why would you want a dirt chest? I don't know. Iron chest gives you 6 slots, a 6x9 area to store stuff. Gold gives you a bit more. Gold gives you 9x9 area. The diamond one gives you a 9 by 10, 11, 12 area. This one's actually probably the smallest one because it's, I think, the least expensive to build because it's a 5x9 area. It's smaller than the iron chest, which is 6x9. But copper is easy to find in the earth. It's one of those things that you can easily find. This is an 8x9 for the silver chests. Again, it's easier to find than gold, but gold is still a pretty easy substance to find. You get a ton of space with a gold chest. It's freaking insane. And then you get this guy here, which is identical to a gold chest, but he's actually really, really cheap to build. It sounds like it'd be expensive because it's crystal, but it's really just glass wrapped around a couple diamonds, and it gives you this crystal chest, which is still a 9. Is it a 9? Yeah, 9 by 10, 11, 12. 9 by 12, just like the diamond chest, but it's cheaper than a diamond chest. And then you have the obsidian chest, which is the same thing. I think this one gives you more. No, it's by 12. It's 9 by 12 as well. The same thing as the other ones over there. It's just not that hard. And then this one is a dirt chest 9000. And I think you can store as much stuff as you want to, as long as it's one item. There we go. That's chests in a whole. Those store a lot of things. Another one of my favorite storage mods, as well as chests, is storage drawers. And storage drawers are just like what they sound. You make a set of drawers, and you can store whatever you want in them. And I'll grab a couple of them here. I'll show you guys those really fast. And the recipes for these things are really easy too. Drawers. You can see it's just a couple of chests in that 4 corners and some planks. And it depends on what you're making. Like this one here is just 1 chest. This is 2 chests. And it stores about that many items in those drawers. Let's go ahead and grab a drawer controller. You can set them up like a set of drawers, a bank of drawers or cabinets in a kitchen. You put a bunch down at the bottom like this. You put another one there. Maybe mix up the setup. 2 drawers, 1 drawer, 4 drawers, whatever you want. And then above you can put a set like this. Just like I said, just like in your kitchen. And then you can take whatever item you want and you would throw it in there. Or you can take this controller, if it's connected to all the drawers and shelves and whatever else. Like if I put that there and put that there, this connects all of these together, as well as might as well put one there. These are all connected together because they're all touching. So now I can throw like one of those in there and one of these in there, and that will be a designated drawer for those items. Let's put those in there, put those in there. We can actually throw that up there and throw some more drawers. You can put drawers inside drawers. And then we can grab a bunch of different things, and then we can throw them all up in their appropriate places. Like you can just make up a location for these things. That's going to go there and there and there. It's just a great way to organize your stuff. And then, okay, now I got 4 more items. I don't want to hunt for it to see where it goes. I'm just going to right click on the face of that, and it automatically puts it in the appropriate drawer. That goes ahead and shoves it in the appropriate spot. Super fantastic, extremely handy for storage. So if you want to store a bunch of random things in a spot, chests. If you want to store stuff that's way more organized, yeah, I love drawers. Those are fantastic. All right, Chisel mod. This one is super freaking cool. Like I showed you guys before, the chisels themselves are super easy to make. If I go here, if I go chisel, chisels are super easy to make, a stick and one whatever source block, whatever ore you want to use. And then I can just basically use this. It's like I can write things in wood if I want to. And you can see how that could be handy. I got a T in the side of this house. Sorry, I'm putting my mark on things. Anyway, but chisel mods are really cool because you can make things out of this. You get all these little bits out of it. Whenever you chisel something, you get a chiseled bit. So you can use these to place around as well. And you can make things out of these that are not standard Minecraft items. Chisel mod, it's one of those decoration mods that just make life a little bit more interesting for the game. You can modify the heck out of Minecraft using that chisel mod. This one, being one of my absolute favorite mods, is mystical agriculture. This is where you get inferium and you can grow your own power. You get insane armor out of this. Like if I go to armor, you get insanely overpowered armor out of this, and there's an upgrade for this that allows you to do use something called Insanium, that is just way more amazing than the Supremium here. And then if I go F5, yeah, look at me. Look at me. I'm all powerful. And you can get yourself some flight and things like that. There's different augments you can get with this mod that make it really, really freaking overpowered and makes your gameplay just that much more entertaining. And it adds a bunch of ores and things like that into the nether and into the end and into the overworld as well. It's just a really fun mod. If you guys want to see a full entire overview, I'm going to put a link right here in the video and in the description down below that you guys can check it out. I did a full tutorial on mystical agriculture, and you guys can check that out for yourselves. And this is one of those things for 1.16.4 that I absolutely love. These are just naturally generating in the overworld. Another thing we have is something called Quark at Quark. Okay, look at this. 10 pages of really cool freaking items, including some of these chests, obviously. These are just amazing. This is probably one of my favorite things. Hey, let me pull this up for you guys really quick. Sign or item frame. Look at all these item frames. Post that item, then I'm like, oh, look, I can post my diamond up there. That's really cool. But what if I can make it cooler? What if I go like this, remove that, put that cool item frame up that looks like glass panes, and I go, bam. Yeah, that's freaking ridiculous. That's just one of hundreds of items in Quark that make this mod stupid, ridiculously good. Not to mention all the upgraded items like tomes and things you can get in here. And there's like pickerangs, which are boomerangs you can throw. So I could take this, I can go, pew. Yeah, it breaks the freaking block And it brings the block back to you, by the way. Because I'm in creative, it's not doing that. But it breaks any block I shoot it at, including trees, which is really cool because it's a single hit. That's freaking amazing. And 2 additional mods that customize the game. One of them is, let's go over to these chests really quick. This makes your life a lot easier because I hate going into something going 1, 2. Now I got to go and grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, right? But what if I didn't need to do that? What if I could do something like this? What if I could just hold down my shift button and go, and it's automatically in my inventory. Yeah, it's called mouse tweak, and it allows you to do that basically. The another thing that is added is this chest sorter. So if I throw these items up there, I can hit sort, and it automatically sorts my items. I don't know if it's by item number or what it is, but they're really close to what they are. So if everything's supremium, all the supremium stuff will be all together. All the dirt stuff will be together, and so on down the line. So it'll organize it, not just in that inventory, but in your own personal inventory. So if I like put this up here, and this up here, and this up here, not in your hotbar though. And then I'm like, oh, my inventory is a mess. I want to organize it, and I go, bam. Now I want to take everything, I want to shove it up into that chest. Yeah, bam. Or bring it back down. Yeah, bam. It's fantastic. It absolutely helps the game out a ton. Another mod that you can't see here is something called Craft Tweaker. It's a mod I have built into the game where you can do custom recipes. Like if I wanted to make these planks out of not wood, if I wanted to make it out of 2 diamonds, I could do that. But that's something you go into the background and set that up. What it essentially does is it allows me to customize the game. It allows me to mod the game without modding the game. Does that make any sense? So I would write scripts and I throw it into the scripts folder, and it would allow me to customize some of my items. Now, if you're not big into scripting, it's not really a necessary mod to have. It's just one of those things that I like to throw into the mix. This one is easily excluded if you don't want to go into that aspect of the game. But yeah, guys, that's basically it. That's all of my favorite mods that are in the game of Minecraft for 1.16.4. I mean, I have a mod folder that's probably full of 30 or 40 mods that I play with pretty regularly, but these are the top 10 that I like to have pretty much all the time. It just makes my gaming experience for the game, if I'm not playing full vanilla, a little more entertaining. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, if you guys could smash that like button down there, it's greatly appreciated. And if you're at all new to this channel, if you guys can click that subscribe button, it's absolutely not necessary, but it is free to do, and it helps the channel out a great deal. And if you click that little bell, that stupid little bell, it turns on notifications and it lets YouTube and dudettes know when we upload our videos. And until next time, guys, see ya.